Hi, this is Knit with Teresa for Sarah, your customized lesson. Okay, you want to zoom in? Now, if you remember, this is the armhole edge of the sweater, and this is where those 8 stitches that were taken off would be sitting, and also the middle of which will be your balanced double decrease. And because you have 8 stitches, you'll have to pick which is going to be the center one, right? It'll be either the 4th or the 5th, or the 3rd, 4th, or 5th. Okay, and then once you've got those 8 stitches on your needle, you're going to start picking up, and this tail can just go into the sweater to be woven in much later in the process. And one of the things we talked about was that you want to find a good little ditch in which to plunge your needle and then pick up your stitches. So here are some of the ditches that I'm seeing ahead of me. And the reason that is happening is because there needs to be more tension on that tail. So I'm going to pull it out just for a moment. Okay, should be able to pick up stitches more successfully now. And after a few more, the tail can again be dropped. So these two would have been a little too close. I'm going to hop into this hole. And I think I'm skipping a few holes here. And again, if you notice, there's part of a stitch and a loop here. So after we've done a few of these, you'll see that you're beginning to form a ridge on the inside. And maybe you can pick up steam. Dropped one. I'll have to learn how to speed up the video when you do these little parts that go on for a while repetitively. So I'm getting the feeling that I'm getting a little more stitches. See how it's sort of fanning out a little bit? So I'm going to go a little further up for the next one just to compensate. But while you're doing this, you want to be counting so that you can have roughly 32 on each side, front and back. There we go. And I don't know how many this sleeve would have, but it might be fairly similar to the one that you are making. And I have a lot of stitches on this needle, so I'm gonna switch to another one. And again, you might not have a bump like I had here, which is basically something that I would want to hide or never have made in the first place. But the nature of a sample is funky. So I'm going to sort of scoot around that bump, and you see I'm picking up a smaller strand of yarn here. I guess it just feels more discreet. And around the shoulder, you might pick up an extra stitch and then decrease later to compensate for that. And then we're back onto the other side. Okay, so Howard's hands are getting tired, and you get the picture. Ditch, 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 ditch. So let's do those last few. And I'll finish the rest and do a couple of decrease rounds off camera. And that's how the armhole should look. That's how the ridge on the inside should look. And this is the approximate ratio of how the stitches to the body should look. Yay!